Nowadays, cars are something we nearly cannot live without. It's a great invention that makes very far destinations feel closer and helps people enjoy the long trips from the comfort of their luxury car. But, how did it all start?
And with all the technology of today, how was the first car in the world performing?
That's what we're going to know today. Development of the automobile started in 1672 with the invention of the first steam-powered vehicle, which led to the creation of the first steam-powered automobile capable of human transportation. Built by Nicholas Joseph Cugnot in 1769. Inventors began to branch out at the start of the 19th century, creating the de Rivers engine, one of the first internal combustion engines, and an early electric motor. Samuel Brown later tested the first industrially applied internal combustion engine in 1826. Development was hindered in the mid-19th century by a backlash against large vehicles.
Yet progress continued on some internal combustion engines.
The engine evolved as engineers created 2- and 4-cycle combustion engines and began using gasoline as fuel. Production vehicles began appearing in 1887. When Carl Benz developed a gasoline-powered automobile and made several identical copies. Recent automobile production is marked by the Ford Model T, created by the Ford Motor Company in 1908, which became the first automobile to be mass-produced on a moving assembly line. Let's see how cars were between the 17th and 18th centuries. Ferdinand Verbiest, a member of a Jesuit mission in China, built a steam-powered vehicle around 1672 as a toy for the Kangxi Emperor.
It was small-scale and could not carry a driver, but it was,
quite possibly, the first working steam-powered vehicle automobile. Steam-powered self-propelled vehicles large enough to transport people and cargo were first devised in the late 18th century. Nicholas Joseph Cugnot demonstrated his Fardier à vapeur steam dray, an experimental steam-driven artillery tractor, in 1770 and 1771. As Cugnot's design proved to be impractical, his invention was not developed in his native France.
The center of innovation shifted to Great Britain.
By 1784, William Murdoch had built a working model of a steam carriage in Redruth, and in 1801 Richard Trevithick was running a full-sized vehicle on the roads in Camborne.
Is there a big difference between 18th centuries and 19th centuries cars?
During the 19th century, attempts were made to introduce practical steam-powered vehicles. Innovations such as hand brakes, multi-speed transmissions and better steering developed. Some commercially successful vehicles provided mass transit until a backlash against these large vehicles resulted in the passage of legislation such as the United Kingdom Locomotive Act 1865, which required many self-propelled vehicles on public roads to be preceded by a man on foot waving
a red flag and blowing a horn.
This effectively halted road auto development in the UK for most of the rest of the 19th century. Inventors and engineers shifted their efforts to improvements in railway locomotives. The law was not repealed until 1896, although the need for the red flag was removed in 1878. In 1816, a professor at Prague Polytechnic, Joseph Bozik, built an oil-fired steam car. Walter Hancock, builder and operator of London steam buses, in 1838 built a two-seated car phaeton. In 1867, Canadian jeweler Henry Seth Taylor demonstrated his four-wheeled steam buggy at the Stansted Fair in Stansted, Quebec, and again the following year. The basis of the buggy,
which he began building in 1865,
was a high-wheeled carriage with bracing to support a two-cylinder steam engine mounted on the floor.
One of the first, real, automobiles was produced in 1873 by Frenchman Amédée Bollée in Le Mans,
who built self-propelled steam road vehicles to transport groups of passengers. The first automobile suitable for use on existing wagon roads in the United States was a steam-powered vehicle invented in 1871 by Dr. J. W. Carhart, a minister of the Methodist Episcopal Church, in Racine, Wisconsin. It induced the state of Wisconsin in 1875 to offer a $10,000 award to the first to produce a practical substitute for the use of horses and other animals.
They stipulated that the vehicle would have to maintain an average speed of more than 5 miles per
hour, 8 km per hour, over a 200-mile, 320 kilometers course. The offer led to the first city-to-city automobile race in the United States, starting on 16 July 1878 in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and ending in Madison, Wisconsin, via Appleton, Oshkosh, Waupun, Watertown, Fort Atkinson, and Janesville. While 7 vehicles were registered, only 2 started to compete. The entries from Green Bay and Oshkosh. The vehicle from Green Bay was faster, but broke down before completing the race. The Oshkosh finished the 201-mile, 323 kilometers course in 33 hours and 27 minutes, and posted an average speed of 6 miles per hour. In 1879, the legislature awarded half the prize,